Hello, Shalom. Welcome back to another fabulous episode of a Nellyville Reviews Drag Race Season 18, Episode 9, The Rusical. The girls are participating in Fanny, the Hard Knock Ball. But before we get into the meat and potatoes, first of all, let me just say, look, babe, I know I'm real late. I'm recording this video on the night of my birthday, which we already... we just real late, and my apologies. So I'm just gonna try to give y'all the 1-2 of the episode. I'm not gonna hold y'all long. And in the regular episode, the regular Nellyville podcast, I'll give you more of the tea on why this Nellyville Reviews video was late. With all that being said, let's just jump right into the meat and potatoes of the episode. Like I said, here we are, episode 9, the Hard Knock Ball. Fanny, which is a mashup of Annie the musical and Paris is Burning. If you have not seen those movies, go watch. What are you doing? Be cultured. Let's get it together. Some of the girls, we're talking about now, not necessarily girls. I can't remember if anybody on the cast was like this, but some of these review channels, some of these other drag race girls, some of these other people sitting up talking about they never seen Annie before. Excuse me? Look, I know Annie is old, but y'all ain't at least seen the movie adaptation of the musical that came out in more recent year. No, we don't know your culture, people. Go out and watch your Paris is Burning. Go watch Annie. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Anyways, here we are. The top of the episode is after the elimination. The girls are talking about Mia going. And then here we go. Mikey brings up what Rue asked Juicy last week, saying, we don't know who you are, who are you? And then Juicy decides to drop this bomb of, actually it makes sense that Rue asked me that question because actually I'm a drug addict. I've been on drugs for 2 years, and I don't know if I can say drugs on YouTube, but who cares, whatever. I didn't say it. I didn't name nothing specifically. I think we'll be okay. Juicy, baby, I hope that you are living on your sober journey, and we wish you well in all of the things. Okay, so Mikey, why you sitting up here trying to be, I don't know, the producers prompted you to ask that question, or you just wanted to ask it on your own. But I'm pretty sure you weren't expecting a girl to say, yeah, it makes sense that I don't know who I am, because I struggled with drugs for 2 years, and it was a lot. It took a left. But love you so much. Also, congrats to Nene on her win last week, and Jameson of her itching for a second win. She's been top every week and can't get that second win, but we will see about that. Anyway, so we move on to the next day, and the girls kiki a little bit. Rue comes in. There is a mini challenge this week. They did like this grinder sponsored, they had like a panel, and the Rue asked them question, who's most likely to do this, who's most likely to do that, and majority wins. So you hold up your little your picture of the girl that you think is most likely to do this thing. Whoever has the most matches got the point. Anyways, y'all know how to play. If you want to see how it's played, go watch the damn video. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyways, the winner of the mini challenge ends up being Discord and Athena. It was a tie, and they split $2,500 hairs. And then Rue tells the girls about the maxi challenge. It's going to be the Rusical. A lot of them are very excited. Some of them are over here sweating bullets. An example, Discord is like, this is the one challenge that I'm so nervous about that I just got to get through. I'm like, Discord, you can do it, girl. Lock in. It's time for the girls to pick the roles. For the most part, it went smoothly. Everybody was like, I want this person. I want this role. I like this role. This role speaks to me. This is me. This is me. This is me. Then the biggest back and forth, of course, you guessed it. Nene did what she was doing, what she was trying to pick, what spot, what week she wanted to go on for the talent show. You doing too much. So you get to Nene and Mikey, and they both want the main role, Fanny. Now, my thing is, Mikey, you knew you wanted Fanny. I don't know why you waited to the last minute to try to say it, to try to act all modest. No, you should have at the beginning been like, she gonna wait till the end, and Mikey gonna try to be like, oh, well, you know what? I think I'll take They gonna take Fanny. Girl, we know your theater background. This is what you do. This is your bread and butter. We know you want Fanny. Why you sitting there acting all coy? All they did was leave room for Nene to chime in and be like, actually, that's the role I'm looking at. I want the role. So anyways, they go back and forth. They're going back and forth. Just take it all day. Finally, Mikey says, you know what? If it's that deep, you can have it. Playing mind games. Kind of like how Saphira did Mirage back on their season when they had to pick who was going to be the host for the SNL parody. And then Mirage ended up getting in her head. Because Saphira was like, you know what? Mirage, you wanted the host. You take it. And Mirage, I think that was the episode Mirage went home. So Nene's doing all that. So when Mikey tells her, well, you know what? You can have it. And I think Mikey was kind of being for real, because if you fight hard for whatever, any role, but especially the lead, and then you don't bring it, ma'am. So they had a little audition, and the other girls voted. They immediately picked Mikey. I mean, I wasn't there in the room. They just all unanimously, hands down. And then in the confessional, Nene was like, it seemed like they already picked who they wanted to win beforehand, and I agree, it did seem that way. To me, it didn't seem like Mikey was that much better, but I think the role probably was better suited for her, because that's the most singing role, and I don't know, and Nene can't really sing like that, and then Mikey is actually trained to sing. But as far as like the acting itself, anyways, Discord got or Nene gets offered the role, and then suddenly Nene's like, oh, well, actually, she realized, oh, you about to get in there, you got to bring it. And then you don't want to do it. Ma'am. So then Nene was like, okay. So after the audition, she was supposed to take the last role that was left. And then Nene was like, well, I'm just supposed to take the last role. Yeah, girl, that's what we agreed upon when you auditioned. And then she gonna look at Athena and be like, you know what? Actually, I like that role. I want that role. Athena's like, girl, bye. Miss me all that. Needless to say, Athena ended up keeping her role, and Nene took what was left over, as she should. Because, girl, don't be sitting here playing game. We ain't time for all that. So the girls go on. They do their recording with Leland and Gabe Lopez. Most of the girls did pretty good. It was some good recording, good tips. We had some professionals up in there. Jane really, did what needed to be done. Of course, Mikey brought it. And then you had some people that was a little struggle bus, had to find it. Athena had to find it a little bit. Juicy had to find it a little bit, but it was a cute little recording session. After the recording, they go on to learn the choreography with Jamal Sims and Carlos Basquiat. I'm sorry if I said this man's last name wrong, but Carlos is really big in the ballroom scene. He's toured with a bunch of pop artists, and he is really that guy, which is a shame, because I feel like Mia, they might have been colleagues. I don't know if they still cross paths ever, but Mia's out here in these professional, gigged up, dancing for pop star, touring around the world streets, and then she went home just before. But anywho, so yeah, they did a good job. They learned their parts, for the most part. Everybody was dedicated. People were in it. Of course, people like Juicy took to the choreography, like boom, boom, boom. Now, Nene and Discord, I like that they were paired together, because they, just to the eye, I don't know, they needed to be together. I think just the way that they look together, their mannerisms, their skill level, it really worked for their roles in the play, or the musical. But they of course, it was very Caucasian. You know what I'm saying? So they had to break through that Caucasian to really get the ballroom moves. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so the girls learned the choreography. Here we are on elimination day. Okay? Nene in her confessional says she's learned that she should not sing. And elimination day, after all was said and done, Nene was like, you know what? I'm glad I did not get that role. I'm glad I did not take that role. I'm sorry that I fought for that role. She went up and gave Mikey her props. So now the girls get ready. They talk about who's went to drama school, who has a BFA, who has a performance arts degree. They talk about these things. they talk about how close Juicy and Athena are. So we kind of see where this is going. You know, they spend a lot of time on the relationship of Juicy and Athena. So I'm like, this might be a setup. This might be a setup. You know what I'm saying? They might be building a story here, if y'all picking up what I'm putting down. So we move on to the main stage. Drew comes out, and I must say, this was probably one of my favorite looks of his of the season. It really, really was. This was a great look. Michelle is here looking good, Jamal. And then for some reason, Benny Blanco was the guest judge. Y'all know Benny Blanco, Selena Gomez's husband. You know, he's also a music producer and all this other kind of stuff. I don't know why he was there, but he was there. You know, every now and then we get a guest judge, and I'm like, why is this person? Not that they don't need, sometimes they just be really random. Sometimes it's just really, I'm like, okay, yes, we got Benny Blanco. Shout out to Selena. It's showtime. And overall, let me just say, overall, it was a great show. The writing was good. The music was good. Also, I love Annie, just the original musical and everything. I love Annie. I like the movie, but I really love the original musical. And then I Paris is Burning is also just a really great movie, so I was already excited about it. No one did awful. This really did come down to splitting hairs. Whoever wrote this, whoever helped really tie this all together, whoever was directing them, everyone really showed up and showed out. This was one of I would say one of the best musicals that we've seen, especially in maybe the last few seasons. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna talk about each girl's runway, and I'm gonna talk about how she did in the performance. Does that make sense? I think that's the best way to do it. So let's take a look at the girls' runways. The theme of the runway was beige against the machine. Anyways, it resulted in some great looks. Let's take a look, shall we? So first up, we have Mikey. Oh, is this muted? Yeah, so first up, we have Mikey. Let me tell you something. I didn't like it. A lot of people lived for this look. It wasn't awful, but it was missing something. Maybe some kind of trim or something to kind of highlight the silhouette a little more, and maybe it just got kind of washed out by the lights and everything. I don't know how I feel about this wig. It really wasn't doing it for me. Now, Mikey's performance, Mikey was Annie, and look, she did great. Technically great, technically sound, technically hit all our marks. It was a very undeniably technically sound performance. You cannot argue that. But did I feel it? I did not. So moving right along. Next up, we have Darlene. Ooh, you better work. Cover girl. Work it, girl. Give a twirl. This, I think, it was my favorite look of the night. Some people have issues with the wig. I don't even mind the wig. Now, Darlene changed the wig. If you look at her Instagram photos, because the girls like to do photo shoots in their looks and then post them on the Instagram, after the episodes air or as they air, whatever. Darlene, this was all that. Now, cut to back a few weeks ago, something she wore, she was like, man, this was the best look that I have. It's all downhill from a girl. You've been getting better and better. This was cute. Now, her in the part that she played in the Rusical was the little dog. Hold on, y'all. What was the name? Let's see. Darlene Brandy. She picked Brandy, the dog. And the vocal, kind of the Scooby-Doo effect that she did with her voice in the recording was great. She already has, she just has this demeanor of like a golden retriever. So, but it worked. She did really cute. I did not mind her. I think she made the I think she really did a lot with more so a smaller part. I mean, she had a lot of stage presence, but she's playing a dog, so she didn't have a lot of lines. She did some singing and the dancing. I think she did really, really good. And I was like, that was the role for her. Next up, we have Kenya. Now, I like this, but the bottom lost me, y'all. I wish that there was something. The top part from the hip up is fabulous. The hair is beautiful. The makeup is nice, but that bottom part. Now, her in the musical, her performance, she played Grace. Was that who she played? Yeah, let's just say she played Grace. But anyways, she was kind of like the ballroom host. She was like her character was more of an inspiration from Paris is Burning. No one else could have brought the energy like she did. She did really, really good. She could have maybe gotten a win this week. That's how good it was. Kenya, she's back up there. I was very pleased with her. Her energy, the choreography she hit. Now, she was in the scene with Juicy. And Juicy, she hit, we'll talk about her, but they were together. We'll talk about Juicy. But this look here, it was great. It's not bad, but the bottom is kind of felt like an afterthought. It was a little bit of an afterthought. And then somebody said she needed to push her wig back a little bit, but you know. Oh, Juicy, darling, this is it, mama. This is beautiful, head to toe. I love the way she was working it. This jellyfish thing, the texture, and like the fabric or the cutouts is very reminiscent of was it the look that she wore last week or the week before? Anyways, I like that the story continued on to this. I like the way she worked it. Could she put it on a little more hip, a little more pad? Yes, she could. But this was a beautiful garment. Now she, like I said, she was scene partners with Kenya. Now Juicy played Cecile. Okay. And of course the choreography was spot on. And she had some moments where she was giving us character, she was giving us acting. But you take away the nailing of the choreography, there really wasn't a whole lot of heart there. But it was a great performance, and I would pay to go see it. Yeah, but this runway, yes ma'am, 8 and 8. So next up we have Athena. I love this. I love this. This is made out of burlap. She's literally wearing couture potato sack. I like that the top up here, she has this like vase, bouquet of flowers on her head. And then the wheat looks like feather dusters. Do y'all see the story? Like the wheat looks like it's coming out of a burlap sack that you would see in a field, but then it comes up, it looks like feather dusters to dust off the flowers on and then the whole thing kind of looks like an old maid's outfit. Like, this is camp, this is glamour, this is beautiful. I loved it. A lot of people had an issue with the back, the way it draped and the way it fell. It was beautiful. It was very Athena. One of my favorite things I've seen her wear. Now, in the musical, Athena played Mama Big Bucks, and that was the perfect role for her. But it was a house mother. The personality of that character. This role was written for Athena, okay? And I think she did a great job. You know, this was splitting hairs. Now, spoiler alert, but if you're watching me right now, she did land in the bottom. But it was splitting hairs. Like I said, no one did bad. Juicy and Athena did end up in the bottom. But it was splitting hairs. Everyone did so good. But ooh, baby, I love this look. This is beautiful. Loved it. You go, girl. You better work it. Look at the little shoe, honey. This was cute. Next up, we have Discord. Baby, Discord wore this dress, baby. It's beautiful. I like this dress. I like Discord's hair. I like the hair. I love Discord style of drag. I really do. Baby, she could barely walk. It took her 10 minutes to walk down the stage. She could not move. Baby, when I say she was and then she walking out of the stage, and then the judges start making it, and then Discord's like, I'm coming, mother. I'm coming, man, baby. I like this look. A lot of people weren't feeling, I don't know. I think it's very avant-garde. I think it's very out there. I like the hair I like the way that it's styled. It did it for me. Now Discord was La Salty, okay? And she was in the scene with the Nene who played boom skidoo boom boom boom. Who was Nene? Big Peppa. So Nene was Big Peppa, Discord was La Salty. Okay? Them two together, I think they did really well. I think they rose above their caucasity. Their stature and their height, their build matched. And I think that was important for these two roles because it was such a symmetrical performance, a lot of like in sync things, and I think it just aesthetically, just looking at them, it worked. I think they did perfectly fine. It was good. It was entertaining. I think they hit their marks. For someone who was nervous, and for both of them, it's not really their wheelhouse. I think Nene maybe can dance a little bit, have a little more experience, but I don't know. I think they did great. They sounded good. I was not mad, and I love this outfit. You better work. Then Nene busted out. Come on, Big Peppa. Y'all not ready for this pink outfit? Tell me y'all couldn't see Pink wearing this back in the day. Tell me y'all couldn't see Pink. Well, not way back, not back when Pink was black. But really, even today, tell me y'all couldn't see Pink. This is everything. Look at that wig. Oh, I love that. The way she worked it, the briefcase matches, them boots that go up to the thigh. Man, y'all was not ready for my girl Nene on this day. And like I said, her and Discord, they did a great job. I think Nene landed in the role that she needed to land in. Could she have pulled off Fanny, the main role? Sure. I think she could have did it, but I think that she really rose to the occasion in the role that she had. Now here go Jane. I ain't gonna spend too much on Jane because she done really got off my nerves. Got off my nerves. Jane really got on my nerves. Offline. I'm not even gonna get into it. I like the outfit. She had a great performance. One of the best performances I've seen. She really nailed it. She took it there. This is a beautiful outfit. I'm just not interested in staying on her. She's just really good. I'm so sorry. Beautiful gowns, lovely drag, great drag queen. I'm over it. I'm so over it. I'm sorry. But you know, she did her thing. She did good. Skibbity boppity boo. So now where we at? We did the show. We did the runway. Okay, so then we move on to the critiques. Nene and Darlene were the only two that were safe. Everybody else was top and bottom. And baby, the judges even said, look, we were splitting hairs. Okay? Everybody just did a great job. They were splitting hairs. And so, as we expected, Juicy and Athena did end up in the bottom. And so now we're going to have this grandmama and granddaughter lip sync to save their life. Jane won. 5,000 doll hairs. A well-deserved win. Sorry I can't bask in it because she done got on my nerves. But congratulations to you, Jane. Cut to, here we go, Athena and Juicy. They have to lip sync for their lives to Call Me When You Break Up by Selena Gomez, Benny Blanco, and Gracie Abrams. So it's one of those that Selena and Gracie performed it. It was produced by Benny Blanco. It's kind of like, you know how it'll be like a DJ Khaled song, but it'll be some other artist actually singing, or it'll be like a Calvin Harris song, but it would be like Rihanna singing. Like, you know, very that. A cute song. It was a nice lip sync. Of course, they were very emotional. They were crying through it. They were holding hands. At the end, Athena got down on one knee, and Juicy came and sat on Athena's lap, you know, on her leg, and she held her. It was a very touching moment. Juicy stays. Athena goes home. Now, Juicy, you ain't gonna be able to out dance yourself. Like it was tough. It was one of those emotional ones, but I think that Athena definitely left her mark. Juicy, you live to fight another day, girl. Athena, um Athena, come back for an All Stars. But I think that what Athena has done on Drag Race, I think is enough to propel her into something. I mean, she's already a huge drag queen. She's very huge down in the Miami scene in the Mykonos with her Greek background and being a Greek girly. But I do think that what we've seen of her, I think that this, if she decided she didn't want to do an All Stars, I don't think she has to. I think she's gonna be just fine. I know I said, "Girl, you get on my nerve. You ain't no real grandmother." But at the end of the day, I'm Athena's grown on me, and she's that girl. She is that girl, and I ain't even gonna lie. So that's that episode. Then over on Untucked, baby, we really want to know nothing going on. Darlene and Nene, because they were only said they go to the back. What Darlene revealed to, it was so her. She looked so cute. She took an out of she was like, just in case I'm at the bottom, I have me a reveal on there. But she looked cute. Nene kind of took some of what she had on off, and the dress down version of the outfit was cute too. I'm thinking, damn, yeah, y'all out here represent. Let me tell you. But yeah, other than that, baby, shoot, really went out to see. They took some Polaroid pictures. They played a game. It was cute. One of the questions was, who's the most delusional about the performance? And pretty much almost everyone, including Discord, pointed to her and said, I love Discord. Discord's like, hell yeah, I'm delusional, and I know I'm delusional. Don't get it twisted. But yeah, of course, I'm gonna think I'm up there every time because it's what you're supposed to do. I love me some Discord, y'all. I really, really do. And then Kenya leads the group in a big hug because they know with Athena and Juicy being in the bottom, it's going to be emotional. They had a big hug. And then at the very end, Nene goes over to the little fondue thing and gets the little strawberries and tries to take some little fondue strawberries with her, and the strawberry fell off in the chocolate. She was like, oh, damn. She's like, well, I think 2 is enough or whatever. But that was funny. But anyways, that's it, baby. Untucked ain't really that juicy. I know I said I was going to call the episode short and stuff, but really, Untucked is not what it used to be. And, they got to do something to make it a little more exciting, because right now it seems like they're just keeping it going out of tradition. I don't know what they can do to jazz it up, to make it more exciting. I don't know. I don't know what they can do. I don't want to say take it away, because I would really miss it, but maybe we need to get some different ideas. Maybe ask the fans, maybe ask some past Rue girls, get them in the room. Y'all got thousands and thousands of Rue girls. Y'all can't get like a committee of, social media minded, producer minded drag queens, drag race girls in a room and be like, here's some ideas and crank it out. I feel like we could do a little more. We got the budget. Let's, But anyways, that's all that I have for you guys today. As of right now, I will go ahead and say, look, I know I sat up and said Jane got on my nerves, but, I think she's, as of right now, I could see her winning Drag Race. I think she's going to be the winner. It's anybody's game right now. I mean, the way Kenya shot up this week after kind of struggling, Juicy could shoot up next week after struggling. I mean, it's still kind of anybody's game. Darlene has really snuck up to be, a top runner. Who knows? It kind of depends on what challenges are left and where everyone's going to shine. But Jane's definitely going all the way if she doesn't win. She's definitely going to be in the top 4. Mikey's going to be in the top 4. You know, depending on what the challenges are, I could see Nene or Discord land. I could see a world where all of these girls end up in the top 4. But as far as a clear cut winner right now, if something really goes wrong, I think it's gonna be Jane. I really do. But we'll see. We'll see next week. We'll see. Let's see what some of these challenges are. We still got a lot of girls. We still got a long way to go. But that Seattle juice is fun. But anyways, love you so much. I'll catch you guys in the next regular episode, in the next Nellyville reviews. Thank you for rolling with the sister, and I will catch you in the next episode. Whoa. Okay, bye. Oh, also, this is available audio only, or you can watch the video version. Whatever you're listening to or watching right now, you could do the opposite, or you could do both. Do what you gotta do, but watch my shoes. Dance with your boo, but watch my shoes. Hey, okay, bye.